Hi, you guys. Now, if you're like me, and I know I am, you've got a trailer, right? Now, if you have a boat or a single axle, you pull your boat to the lake 5, 10 miles away, you put the boat in. I'm jealous, actually. That's awesome. Or if you have, wait for it, if you have one of these, which I did 30 years ago, I think I had this exact model. Single axle, probably not that big a deal. What is the most important component on your trailer? You can do without the microwave, all right? Your ball, yeah, the hitch, yeah, the tongue, definitely. And by the way, if you have a bumper pull trailer with anti sway bars, take the bars off except on the highway. Even pulling into your driveway can break your frame. I saw a video where a couple was going through construction. They had their sway bars on and they went through a dip. Think about it. Truck, trailer, broke their frame. Take the sway bars off. Now, what we're talking about is this. This is probably your stock suspension. We're going to be talking about the problem, the solution, and what I'm going to do is an awesome solution, like a major upgrade to my suspension, because that's the most important component of your trailer, right? If you ignore it, yeah, it'll go away. And cars behind you will be dodging the parts coming out from right? Let's prevent that. All right, let's go.
This episode of The Mad Camper has been brought to you by Planet Fitness. Your physique is our priority. By the way, Jim loves your comments. Thank you.
He's like, yeah, but it was COVID. Yeah, no, it doesn't matter. You get in there and do your squats, do your deadlifts, and just you look like a chicken with your like skinny legs and like. Now, two things. It's not a question of if, it's a question of when. These two things will fail. Here's your a standard leaf spring hanger bracket, right? I've seen a ton of videos, you guys, where people are on the side of the road. This weld fails, all right? It's not that strong. It's welded to 1/8-inch steel. Most Tiffin frames are 1/8-inch steel, which is really not that strong. Not only that, they fail here and they fail down here because underneath the leaf spring is a plastic bushing. If it's a stock suspension, the bushing is plastic and it wears out. What happens is when the bushing wears out, it starts, it's metal on metal. Kind of like your brakes. If you don't take care of your brakes, it's metal on metal. So this ends up, instead of a round hole, this ends up being an oval hole, and your leaf spring will just fall out the bottom of your leaf spring hanger. Not good. Would you rather work on your trailer when it's in your driveway? For example, mine is in my driveway 20 feet that way. We'll be talking about the solution in a sec. This is one of the solutions. And have you heard the joke, hey, do you need an arc? I know a guy. I had a guy custom fabricate these for me. And I'm going to weld them on myself with the help from my son Brian, because he is a welder. And Chad, my professional welding guy, is going, oh, dude, let me know how that works out. But Yeah, sitting over here is a titanium MIG welder that I bought at Harbor Freight. I'm an IT guy, so every IT guy needs a welder, right? It's just something. Now, here are the two problems. Your hanger bracket will fail. Plan on it failing. One of them. There, if you have tandem axle, you've got 6 of these. All right? What are the odds? Now, on my rig, this is my stock suspension. Do you see anything going on here? One of these things is not like the others. Yeah. This leaf spring broke because here's a new one and here's an old one. If you were me, would you buy 4 new leaf springs? Yes. If you're like me, and I know I am, yes, you should buy 4 new leaf springs if they look like this. All right? Leaf springs break all the time, you guys. Wait, hang on. Hang on. Oh, here's the weld that fails, okay? Leaf spring hanger broken. Look at this hanger. It's E. So this is the solution, all right? There's a bracket that gets welded, and these are not welded yet, apparently. But it gets welded to the frame up on this edge, and it gets welded inside the hanger bracket on this edge and on this inside edge. Now, these things are 2 inches by 6.5. I went under there and measured and figured out the correct, and Chad, my welding guy, I'll talk about him in a sec. He's like, okay, so what radius do you want on that bend? I'm like, I don't know. So if I were you guys, take a piece of cardboard or a manila folder or something, 2 inches by 6.5, cut it out and go up in there, bend it 90 degrees, make sure it fits inside your hanger bracket, right? And yes, I'm going to have to grind mine a little bit so they fit in here. But you want to grind them anyway because there's an anodized. I think it's anodized, isn't it, Chad? I don't know. But I need to grind a little bit of this off so the welder has something to grab onto. I've done tons of research on welding, all right? And Chad is like, oh, boy. But your hanger brackets will fail and your leaf springs will fail. So let's talk about my guy. Let me switch over. Hang on. So Rusty Metal Welding and Fabrication. Here's St. Paul, here's Minneapolis, here's me, and he's over here by the St. Croix River. Beautiful area, kind of Lake Elmo kind of, but anyway, if you're in the St. Paul, Minneapolis area, I'll leave a link in the description for his website and all that stuff. Chad is an awesome guy. He did a great job. He custom fabricated these for me. He hasn't done any welding for me, but he created these. Now, I have a tandem axle trailer, right? So I've got 6 hanger brackets, right? It's kind of simple math, like, the 2 axles, the equalizer in the middle. Here's the equalizer, all right? Center hanger bracket. Now think about it. If this thing were to fail, the axles are like, I've seen videos where people see smoke coming out of the back of their trailer. I don't know if the tires are rubbing together, but work on your trailer when it's in your driveway instead of in the middle of Death Valley and it's 110 degrees, and good luck finding a mobile welder to come out and weld these things back on. I talked to Chad and I'm like, so just give me a ballpark. I'm shooting this video. Excuse me. He said, oh, geez, like out in the middle of nowhere, minimum $750, probably closer to $1,500 or like $2,000 after travel time and so, and good luck finding someone willing to come out and help you on the side of the road. I've seen a bunch of YouTubers, full-time YouTubers, that this happened. They're on the side of the road and their suspension broke. Now, this is the solution. You order, if you want to, you can order a set of 6 of these from Chad. They're $100, all right, plus shipping. He will ship these out to you. They're probably, I don't know, 5 pounds, something like that. Worth every penny. I'm going to do the welding myself with the help from my son Brian, who does welding. Hope I don't ruin my trailer. If you want it done professionally, if you're in the St. Paul, Minneapolis area, contact Chad. And again, I'll leave his info below. Great guy. Can't recommend him enough. I mean, obviously, look at his reviews. So he does good work, you guys. So a set of 6 of these, $100 plus shipping, worth it. What it does, it gives your hanger bracket a lot more stability. What's the worst thing you can do for your trailer? Make a really tight turn on asphalt. It's kind of like being in 4-wheel drive and turning on asphalt, right? It's like, think about the stress that your hanger bracket, all 3 of them, all 6 of them, when you're turning, there's a lot of torque on those wheels and on those axles. Something's got to give unless you do this. Now, this is the solution. All right, so order these from Chad if you want to. All right, he comes highly recommended. Now, for me, what I did, I'm taking it a little step further. Remember my wonky equalizer? Remember that, just a rusty metal piece? So what I did is I went on Amazon. I actually ordered the MORryde SRE-4000 suspension upgrade for tandem axle and measure. You have to do a very specific measurement between your wheelbase. All right. It's expensive. It's $600, but this is for both sides of the trailer. All right. It replaces that terrible equalizer that really does nothing. What the MORryde does is it gives you 1.5 inches of lift, and it gives you 4 inches of travel on each wheel. So what I'm planning on doing is shooting video. I'm going to take my GoPro with a magnet on it, stick it under my frame. I'm going to drive over 2x4s and 4x4s, like before and after. And I'll have a GoPro inside the trailer so you can see, like, they say driving your trailer, like a fifth wheel or a bumper pull, any kind of a trailer, going through wherever, the trailer goes through like an 8.0 earthquake, right? Dishes and, like, you've seen the Chevy Chase. I think it's Chevy Chase. Stuff is falling out, right? Yeah, the MORryde system makes it a lot more smooth, and don't ignore your suspension, you guys. Order these if you want to. They will stabilize your hanger brackets. The weld is going to be a lot stronger because now you've got, instead of 2 welds on the frame, now you've got 4 welds on the frame, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, plus welding on the inside of the bracket. My videos are usually too long, so I hope you get it. One other thing I want to talk about, just really quick. My videos are too long, so I'm going to talk more. So remember we talked about the MORryde system? And remember my really funky... Let me see if I can go back. Hang on. Editing. Wait. Remember this? Rusty. A separate kit is a wet bolt kit. All right. These replace the bolts going through the hanger bracket and through the equalizer. All right. So what this does, is instead of plastic, you get a brass bushing. And it comes with grease zerts. Zert. So these are greasable. Put grease in there. It comes out this little hole. I don't know if you can see that. No, that was dirt. Here's the hole. So this ends up being really smooth. And it'll last forever. This is not cheap. This bolt kit is not cheap. This is $200 just for the bolts. But here's my situation, you guys. I'm selling this and all the crap that's behind me. I am moving into this full time. When I leave the curb, the last thing I want to worry about is my suspension. Right? Think about it. So you guys, get under your rig, take a look, see what's going on under there. Do you see rust? Do you see, are things wearing out? Look at your leaf springs. Are they a little bit torqued? They're getting ready to fail. Get new leaf springs. Like me, I've got one new one. That one's going to go in the truck as a spare. Right? Thanks, you guys. I gotta go. I hope you learned something. And, excuse me, yes, I really enjoy your comments. Any comments or questions, feel free. I will answer. All right? Thanks a lot, you guys. Talk to you later. Bye.